girlies. So for this video, I'm gonna be showing you how to do simple makeup with only a few products, and this is for all my girlies who want something that's more natural or even have strict parents that only allow you to wear certain products. So I'm going to show you how to prep the skin and how to use only a few products to get what you want. First being first is I'm going to take some toner. This is the Laneige Cream Skin Toner and Moisturizer. Now this product is a little bit expensive for those who are still in high school, middle school, don't really have a job, rely on your parents to get this stuff, or people who just want something that's a little affordable. However, I don't know any other toners that will get the job done, but this is probably, I think, 16 bucks for the smallest size, and it does the job for me. Next is I'm gonna take my Drunk Elephant Luxury Face Oil. Literally any face oil will work for this. You don't need something as high quality as this. It's just, for me, I really love this face oil. I got introduced to this maybe like a while ago and it has been my obsession ever since. But any vitamin E oil will work as well. I just happened not to get any. I totally forgot to get some vitamin E oil. I would recommend vitamin E oil instead of Drunken Elephant oil. Mostly because this is like, if you're trying to find products a little bit more affordable, it does the same job. It gives you that hydration, glowy look. If you don't prefer oils and you want to use creams, any drugstore cream will work just fine too, but I prefer oils because I feel more hydrated with oils than I do creams, especially for my eye areas. I get really bad eczema on my eyes, especially when I had like makeup on there and it gets so irritated. Oils tend to be more heavy duty to help heal the skin in that area. I'm gonna fan this bad boy in, let it soak. I will come back to you guys in a minute. I'm gonna let the product soak into my skin a little bit before I go on to the next part. All right, I'm back. The next thing that we're gonna do is apply sunscreen. I tend to use this one, I forgot what it's called, but it's gone viral on TikTok. I like to use this during the winter time, mostly because my skin gets really dry, and for some reason cream sunscreens tend to fix that. With that being said, during the summer I use the Super Goop sunscreen stick. That does the job for me too as well. You just use what works for your skin during different seasons. Take it and kind of like apply it all over. Oof, that feels refreshing. I try to avoid the eye areas mostly because I notice when I apply this product to the eye areas it gets really dry and we don't want that. Fan that. Let it soak up. Let me get some of my protein coffee. So I found this like protein coffee at Starbucks. Target, and it's called the Alani coffee. This is in the flavor vanilla. It's really good. However, I wish it had like more of a vegan option because I'm lactose intolerant and this makes me bloat like crazy. So after letting in your sunscreen soak into the skin, here is what you can use for drugstore products. I got the e.l.f. primer grip, and it's pretty sticky, and I would have to say like it's more, it like makes the makeup last more than the products I usually use, and I feel like I might switch to this. Sometimes like it's been so long since I used drugstore products that I forgot how hard they pop off. You're just gonna squeeze a little dollop in your hand. What I mean by like sticky is like, look at that, like that's like way stickier than like the Milk Hydro Grip. Oh, I just like how it gives me that like effect of like glass skin. Like, oh my god. I honestly think I'm gonna switch over to like this primer. I tried this makeup out yesterday for work to see if I needed to make any changes to the products or This is just fine. And oh my god, my makeup lasted like far longer than it usually does. And I was like, oh, it's a slay for me. Anyways, I used to use a lot of e.l.f. products growing up. Some of the products I used actually like in middle school and high school was like either e.l.f. or like Wet n Wild. And even Bare Minerals, before Bare Minerals became like really big. And it's just been so long since I've used any of these kind of products. I was not expecting it to pop off so good. Mostly because the concealers that the e.l.f. concealers that I would use in high school like weren't as good. So when I like moved up to more high-end concealers, I was like, I'm never going back. I might go back after this. I will say the concealers, the wands do pick up a lot of more product than you need. So I would like get like a small brush to kind of like get a little bit to kind of put, because what I noticed is like when I just used the wand yesterday for work, it looked a little patchy because there's so much product underneath the under eye. So I'm going to take the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer in the shade, I believe, if I can read, light beige. There's like excess product inside like the rim. I'm just going to grab that instead of on the wand because it's not a lot. Like I said, you do not need a lot for this. A little bit goes a long way. What you're going to do is kind of like apply it at an angle like so. That's like a good amount. And then apply upwards in the corner of your eye too as well. Oh my god, I still have like a lot of product on here. I'm gonna get a little bit more actually. And when I say like this pops off, it like gave me full coverage and I was like so surprised at that. Now if you have a little bit of blemishes, what you can do is take more product and apply. I have like some scarring right here that I had a pimple a while back and I picked at it. So we're gonna apply it right there. And right here, a little bit goes a long way. And then I have a little bit of some scarring, and I have a pimple forming right here too, and it's like so annoying. What you're gonna do is don't touch those areas where you apply concealer. You're gonna want to let it dry first, and then once it's tacky, you're gonna blend it out. Now, the next thing that we're gonna do is I'm gonna take another one of these little brushes. These are like eyeshadow brushes, like disposable ones. You can get them anywhere. I bought like a little kit of like hair stuff and these came with it. So I'm just using that. It's been sitting here for like the past year and I haven't used it until I was like, oh, I'll use it for this. Now, if you are only allowed to wear like a certain amount of products, you can't wear contour or like eyeshadow or mascara or even like brow gel, I'm going to show you what you can do using only a few products. I'm going to take another concealer that's a little bit darker than my natural skin tone. We're going to do what we did earlier. We're going to stick our brush inside the packaging because you don't need a lot. And we're going to apply it to underneath our cheekbones. Actually, we're gonna apply a little bit right here, a little higher than where like that little gap is at. I don't like the song. I have it on like as a radio and it's... With that being said, I'm going to blend with a wet beauty blender. You want to like soak this and squeeze out any water that's in, but you want it to still be wet to be easy to like glide over the skin and blend out those concealers. I'm gonna blend our contour first, blend that out. And what I'm doing is like I'm just patting, I'm not swiping it over the skin. Like so. We're gonna do the other side too. Now we're gonna take the other side of the beauty blender that you didn't have your contour on and kind of just drag out the inner corner down to the middle of your under eye. And then we're going to take it out and then blend out the outer corner. We're going to blend it towards the inside of your under eye and then take it up to your temple. Oh, I'm like obsessed on like how full coverage this is. You can either take whatever excess there is and blend it on top of the lid. I'm not going to do that because Like I said earlier, my eyes are very sensitive. And we just repeat the same process on the other side. Okay. Once your little dots that you use for blemish control is dried, you can take your beauty blender and just, or your finger, and blend it out. The next part is we're gonna take the Camo Liquid Blush in the shade Pinky Promise by e.l.f. And we're gonna start out with only a few dots first, and we're gonna slowly build it up. And what I like to do, I like to apply it to the apples of my cheeks to accentuate my cheekbones. We're gonna do 2 at a time. And then we're gonna take our beauty blender and just blend that out. This is buildable, so you're not gonna get the same amount of coverage as your other blushes if you don't build it up first, because it's supposed to look very natural. And I think that's what I like about it. I've tried so many different liquid blushes and they've all looked patchy and like apply too much. This one, like, you can build it up and it won't look like that. And by the way, this video is not sponsored, but e.l.f. was like the shit growing up for me. I'm gonna add a little bit more. You don't want to add too much because you're gonna add powder blush over. We're gonna add 1 more dot. Anyways, we're gonna take our e.l.f. powder blush palette. This is good for like anything. I'm gonna take the shade, oh well, I don't even know what shade this is. We're gonna take the lightest pink shade right here and kind of just coat that on the brush. Tap off any excess, and we're gonna apply it on the apples of our cheeks. Remember to pat in the product, don't swipe. Now you can stop right here. If this is like the only amount of makeup that you can really wear, especially if you have strict parents like mine growing up, or you can add more product. So I'm gonna add it, like if you want like a sun-kissed look, I'm gonna add it to the bridge of my nose, just the excess on the brush. A little goes along the way, and a little to my forehead to give that sun-kissed look. And then, like I said, this is for my girlies that can wear a little bit more product. If this is like all you pretty much can do, this is good enough for school without it looking like too much. But for my girlies that can wear a little bit more product, we're gonna take any mascara. I can work, any brow gel can work. I think growing up I used to use the Maybelline mascara, but since I don't have that, I am gonna use my Ilia mascara. Maybelline literally does the same job. I'm gonna curl the lashes. I'm gonna start at the root and then slowly move up and curl the ends. And I'm gonna take my Ilia mascara. Now the Ilia mascara picks up a lot of product, so I'm gonna try to take off any excess before I apply it. I wouldn't recommend the Ilia mascara for like events where like you're at a pool party or like going to the lake, anywhere that's gonna be around water, because it is smudgeable. I would recommend like the Maybelline mascara for those kind of things, but this, if you're just like going out and about, is like perfect. Just apply it to both sides. Next, what you can do is, if you can't wear lipstick, you can only wear lip gloss or chapstick. How you can get away with that: take another e.l.f. liquid cameo blush in a shade that you think will look good on the lips. I got the shade Suave Mauve. We're gonna apply a couple dots to the lips, like so. Okay. Just take some e.l.f. lip clear lip gloss and go over for it. To give you that kissable look. Now, to make sure your makeup lasts all day, you're gonna take your Dewy Coconut Setting Mist by e.l.f. and just spritz the face. Like so. And then we're gonna fan this bad boy dry. That is the finished look, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next time.